Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So welcome to another market open stream. Today, Bitcoin is recovering once again. There are a lot of things to talk about, including this next breakout zone. So let's do it. Let's do it, guys. Welcome. We are starting out today at 107.5. A little bit better than last night. When I recorded that video, we were down to like 105. It looked like it was just, again, a quick shakeout, a quick leverage shakeout play. Basically, the market makers or whales wanted to get rid of some longs. We are right back to where we were a few days ago, right? And that is good. A lot of green all around. That's what we want to see. And we are kicking off today, the US, slightly red, although I have a feeling it's going to turn green. And here's why. Because of this headline right here. Okay, now this is a not so good headline. The private sector lost 33,000 jobs instead of adding 100,000. So ADP payrolls came out for last month, rather than add six figures, lost 33,000 jobs. Not good. Not good. And of course, and today, Microsoft, one of the biggest companies on our planet, just announced they're laying off about 9,000 employees. So obviously, the job market ain't that good right now. Okay, probably not horribly bad, but it ain't getting better as of right now. So why is that good? Well, this is one of the things that Powell's looking for. Okay, if inflation does not continue to go down, the other thing that can make him do a cut is the job market. Okay, a bad job market. If he mentioned that, if he sees jobs start going down, despite inflation may be elevated, he will still cut. So our percentage for a rate cut this month has jumped up to 22%. Yesterday it was like 15 or 18% or whatever. So it has jumped up a little bit. This is for this month, end of this month, by the way. Okay, we're not at 50-50 yet, but you know, bad headline news like this, or bad economic data, I should say, can actually accelerate that rate cut that we want. So that's the good thing. That's the good thing. So I think Wall Street is going to see that and turn green, but you know, I may be wrong. But right now, what's green is Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is doing well today. And there are a lot of other things that are pretty good. Pretty good. I'll get to it in a bit. But yesterday we had a bad outflow day for ETF. But not from BlackRock. BlackRock is different. I told you guys. You know, you could see red in here sometimes. But in the left column, you notice BlackRock doesn't sell. Even yesterday, we saw 172 million outflow from Fidelity, 0 outflow from BlackRock. And overall, we had a 342 million outflow day. I have a feeling today is going to be very positive. So BlackRock knows different. Larry Fink knows different. He's thinking more like Sailor. You just acquire as much as you can, and you never sell. That's basically it. And you know who else may be acquiring right now? And that's Elon. So someone tweeted this yesterday or today. Has anyone noticed how Elon Musk talks a lot about things like overspending and debt and bad government decisions in general, but has completely stopped talking about Bitcoin, the most sane path out there, out of the mess? Doesn't add up. What's he hiding? And then this CoinJoin Chris says maybe he is stacking quietly. And then this came out that Elon liked that reply. And there's some controversy whether or not it's a fake Elon or real Elon, but then he put out a video showing it's a real Elon. So it does seem like Elon liked this reply. And it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Tesla holds a lot of, he has said it's not, he hasn't hidden it. Tesla, SpaceX both hold a lot of Bitcoin, even though we don't know how much SpaceX holds. He has said it before that he also holds Bitcoin and Ethereum and Doge, and he holds the most in Bitcoin. So it's not a surprise. He hasn't been hiding that fact, but he hasn't openly said that he's been adding too. I mean, if he does actually start coming out and start talking about Bitcoin and mostly because he doesn't even really need to like Bitcoin. He could just say it just because he doesn't like all the overspending that our country is doing right now, right? That's why he's so opposed to the big, beautiful bill, because he's afraid of the spending, partially probably, and partially because of the EV mandates being removed. But I think the irresponsibleness of our governments, it's leading a lot of people around the world to buy Bitcoin. So, I mean, it's not a surprise. At some point, he'll probably reveal it, that he's been stacking more sats. So, that'll be good. That'll be good. What else is good? Bitcoin halving cycle is over, Standard Chartered firms. What that means for you. I feel like a lot of these guys, I don't know. I feel like they're just watching me because this is what I've been saying. I've been saying this for a while. And now Standard Chartered analysts are saying it. Basically, we're in a cycle where we're probably going to just keep on going. We're not going to see crypto winter anymore. That's exactly what this is. And why do we have this thinking? I mean, just look at how much Bitcoin these institutions have, how much ETFs have, how much public trade companies have. You think they're all going to time it? Oh, it's in December. Let's just all sell all of our Bitcoin. That's not going to happen. It's not going to be like retail. And if they're not all dumping Bitcoin, there's no reason why we go into a crypto winter. We could still have shakeouts. We could still have corrections. We could have a ton of sideways movement. But to go down 80% in previous cycles, it's probably over. We're probably not going to see that again. So the days of trying to pick up on a down low because you missed out on a cycle and you're thinking you have another opportunity to buy it for really, really cheap, probably over. This last cycle, we saw Bitcoin go down 15,000. And that's probably the last time we'll ever see it there. You could argue the same thing about maybe 50,000. We had 50,000 last year. That could have been the last time we ever see Bitcoin in 50,000. And after we go higher, we hit 200, 250, 300, 100,000, where we are now. Could be the last time we see this. Living in a moment, you never think so. Remember how long Bitcoin was stuck in the 50s and 60s last year? So many people got depressed. So many people left the space. And now, who wouldn't kill to go back there? Right? Now that Bitcoin is at 100,000 plus, you go back and you think, man, why didn't I just put more money into Bitcoin last year when it was at 50,000? At one point it went down to 40,000. Why didn't I go all in at 40,000? It's always like that. That's how it is with Bitcoin. Because once it moves to the next level and it stays there, it never comes back. And then you regret the periods where it was boring and maybe a little scary. And we were going sideways for a long time. You had that opportunity. And now it's over. It's always like that with Bitcoin. And, again, people that are waiting for that next crypto winter to load up, it's probably not going to happen. The saying is, the best time to invest or to buy was yesterday. The next best time is today. Bitcoin is almost back to 108 today. A lot of buying. A lot of buying. And speaking of buying, public companies double Bitcoin purchases surpass ETFs. So it's not just about ETFs. These companies are buying like crazy. Q2 of 2025, 131,000 Bitcoin bought by the companies, 111,000 bought by ETFs. You add them together, it's like 250,000 Bitcoin in one quarter. It's enormous amount. And every quarter, we're seeing something like this. Enormous purchases all around. So this is why Bitcoin is so strong and why it just keeps on going up and why crypto winter may never come again. And every single day, we hear about new companies creating a new treasury, a Bitcoin treasury, or they're raising money to buy more Bitcoin. Just last week, or this is 2 weeks ago, we saw 9 new treasuries purchase almost 6,000 Bitcoin. Every single week now, every single day. Here's one, 21 Capital. Plans on expanding. This is the one Jack Mallers is the CEO. This is the one with Tether and BitUnix. No, not BitUnix. Bitfinex. Yeah, they plan on expanding. They already have a ton. And then you have something like, okay, K33. Not too familiar with this company, but they just bought additional 10 Bitcoin. Now they're holding 35. Doesn't seem like that's a lot, but it adds up. That's how Metaplanet started too. And look at where they are now. And then you have another one, publicly traded Mogo is authorized to buy $50 million of the Bitcoin for their balance sheet. I mean, every single day you're getting new companies coming in or existing companies raising more money to buy more. It's going to add up, guys. Right now we may be stagnant, but all this is just removing from the supply, and that's what's the most important. And we got the money supply going up. The M2 money supply, it's a new record. Whenever the M2 money supply goes up, good things happen for everything. For Bitcoin, for equities, for basically anything that you can invest in. And Bitcoin tracks the M2 money supply, in case you're wondering. It tracks it, but it usually takes about 90 days to catch up. And we're at that point where you could see we're ready to catch up. That's the breakout point. We're inching closer and closer and closer to it. And if you look at this, this is the bullish cross that we've been waiting for. The bull run, we've been in a bull run for a long time, okay? We've been in a bull run since 15,000 Bitcoin. But there's still a lot more room to grow. This is certainly not the top. We're still waiting for that next leg, that breakout zone. This go carry us to, and then we're going to have a final breakout to our peak of this cycle. And then we may just continue forward forever from there. So, good stuff. Good stuff. What else is good? Well, get ready. We're going to have a whole bunch of crypto ETFs coming out. In fact, yesterday, this was overlooked. SEC approves Grayscale's ETF, a bucket ETF that includes ETH, SOL, XRP, and ADA. What does this mean? This means basically the SEC is going to approve SOL, XRP, and ADA They all have pending applications, and they're all probably going to get approved at the same time. Look at this headline. SEC considers streamlined crypto ETF approval process to speed up listings. So get ready. We are going to get a Sol ETF, multiple Sol ETFs. Look at how many applicants there are. We're going to get multiple XRP applicants. For Cardano, we're only going to get one. Grayscale. But we are going to get a ton of Sol and XRP ETFs. And I think they will be very, very good, okay, for Sol and XRP. And possibly Cardano, but, you know, not that many applicants. So those things are coming as well. And as for stablecoin news, you know, it seems like, oh, the momentum from the Genius bill kind of died down. Well, no, it's going to come back. It's going to come back. And firms that relate or indirectly involved with stablecoins are going to continue to thrive. The Circle trying to take advantage of the situation. They're trying to get a bank charter. They're also creating a gateway so that you can access your USDC across multiple chains. So you don't have to like try to bridge it or transfer it in any way. They're going to have a universal gateway that allows you to seamlessly move it from one chain to another to another. So good for them. And their stock recovered somewhat late yesterday too. I wonder if it's up today. That's pretty much it. You can see Bitcoin trying to shatter 108 today. Once again, 107.9. That is awesome. U.S. market has turned green. What did I say at the beginning? I think it's going to turn green because it's bad jobs data. Actually, it's good. Wall Street loves it. Today, MicroStrategy's up. Circle down. Ooh, well, they were up yesterday. Let's see if they recover. Robinhood up. Coinbase up. Everything's up. So, looks like, man, Robinhood just will not go down. Yesterday, they had a down day, and now they are up hugely. And Bitcoin is up. Look at Bitcoin. It's looking like it wants to pass 108,000 right now. Sui's back almost to 280. Awesome. Solana back to 150. AVAX almost back to 18. Looking good. Looking good today. All around. Let's do some Q&A. Brian asked, do you have any leverage position open at this point? No, I closed it out yesterday. But it's very tempting right now. It's looking like there's a lot of momentum built right now. We recovered very suddenly, and it looks like we have a lot of momentum upwards, so could be a good day. Let's see. Let's check out where we could be heading to today by looking at the liquidation heat map. So that looks like that's where we're heading. 1086 is a big level, and then 1088. So you know what? I would not be surprised if we got a lot of buying today. We liquidate all those and probably head to 109. And I mean, honestly, if we keep going, just go to 110 today. 110 or 111. You know, the market makers are equal opportunity, meaning that they love to liquidate shorts and longs. So the higher we go, we got big levels here at 1086, 108.89. It would not surprise me when we hit 109, 110 today. It would not. Just to liquidate them. Coinbase maybe recovering from this. I mean, they recently hit 380. It dropped down to 334, coming up a little bit. Robinhood, man, I took profits in my Robinhood options yesterday because I thought it may dip down more, but no, it's just way too hot. Way too hot right now. And Circle, which is weird because late yesterday, it actually came up. And then today it went down again. But that may have been bottom. That's about like 50% from the top. So that could be... This could be a fake out again and turn green. We'll see. Will NFT gaming ever recover to 2021 levels? I don't know. I don't know if gaming can get hot. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping there are a lot of gaming projects out there, and gaming chains specifically, that are still so far off from their 2021 high. I'm hoping that we can get some momentum back to them. Tony asked, why do so many people care about Trump and Elon fighting? Because they're two of the biggest personalities out there. You know, a lot of people, and they're both guys you either love or hate, right? It's almost like a cult following for both of the guys. You either love Trump or you hate him for obvious reasons. And same thing with Elon. You either love him or hate him. There's like no middle ground. So they're like both very, you know, they have big personalities, and you either love them or hate them. But then the thing is, you get a ton of attention. Is the sprinkler working again? Yes. Yes, after some back-breaking work, it's working again. I had them come out. The reason why the one zone wasn't working was because one of the modules actually busted and they switched it out. The zone completely disappeared. So thankfully, it's not like a cut line or anything. But after I fixed the cut water line, things are looking good. I traded in my, on a side note, I traded in my Model X yesterday. It felt like it's kind of waste because I already have my Cybertruck. I don't really need it too. So I traded in for, you guys will never guess. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. See if you guys can guess. Let's just say it's a pretty popular car, but it's a very specific version of that popular car. It's not a BYD. It's not a Honda. It's not a vet, even though that's a good guess. But I'm not trying to get a vet at this point. No, Josh, you're not allowed to guess. Yeah, no one's even in the right direction. Oh, someone's close. Ritz is close. Another Cybertruck. No, I got a Jeep Rubicon 392. That's what I got. I always liked, ever since I tested it, I fell in love with it because it is like one of the best sounding cars out there. That 392 V8 produces, and you could turn on a performance exhaust on there. It it sounds amazing, and it looks awesome too. It makes my Cybertruck look small. Okay, you guys don't have to guess anymore. I already revealed it. So now I have like every card I ever wished I owned. Now or category of car I wish I owned, I have fulfilled. Nick says guessing after a reveal is a safe play, even though all the guesses afterwards is still wrong. I don't have a 488. I have a F8. 488 piss doesn't. It wasn't. The value isn't always going up. Last year and actually earlier this year, I saw some that were in the 500 range. So not all of them are rising. Some actually came down in price. No, they don't really give good deals. But I bought it from the same person that I bought the LC 500 with, so it was really easy. Negotiated pretty much like over text. I had them drive the car to my house, and then I rode around it a little bit, inspected it, then signed the paperwork. It was all done online. I didn't have to even go to the dealership. It's really nice. Thoughts on a 2009 Hummer H3T? I own since 2009, brand new, worth wrapping or restoring. It's great shape. H3s, they were like a specific niche, because Hummers are supposed to be big. H3s was more like a mid-size SUV, but they kind of made it look big. I don't know. I never driven one, so I can't tell you. But it's what, 16 years old now. But that one is a truck version of H3. I don't even think I've seen that before. Would you recommend a 488? Probably not. I heard from my salesperson that Ferrari produced way too many 488s. That's why the price came down significantly on them. So if you're trying to get a car, I mean, it's probably not going to go down in price anymore, but it's going to be hard for 488 to appreciate. You either go straight for the 458, which is very coveted still because it's the last natural aspirated V8, or you get the F8, which is what I have, which is the last non-hybrid V8, and has newer technology than the 488. So those would be the two I'd go for. 296 is no one wants, and SF90 no one wants. So they produced too many SF90s, and everyone that ever owned one said that it's a very, very boring car. It's not, it drives like a Tesla. That's what people say. It's not fun to drive. So that's why SF90s, the price keeps on crashing. Solid and Stacker, get with the program, man. People love cars. People love talking about cars. I am hungry. I'm actually quite surprised, like, because now we have rumors, not rumors, but confirmation that the SEC is going to approve a bucket ETF with XRP, Solana, and Cardano in there. You would figure there would be more, those three would pump more, right? Ahead of these approvals. I'm actually surprised they're not pumping more. What do you enjoy driving more, a Tesla or Lexus? I mean, it depends on the situation. If it's a cool breeze day, sure, the Lexus. But if I have to haul people around, you can only fit 2 people. So now I have to decide if I want to drive the Jeep more or the Cybertruck more. Defender. The new Defenders look really nice. I just don't trust Range Rovers. They still are very unreliable. You always get check engines left and right. I don't like the new Sequoia. They hold their value very well, but in terms of the size and how it drives, not as good as like the GM offerings. What's up with Bitcoin hitting all-time high this year with USD but not in Euro? Well, Euro's more strong than USD right now. That's why. That actually does make a lot of sense. Man, I'm not freaking Robinhood. I should have kept my options open. I was trying to do the smart thing and take some profits. Man, I would be up crazy amount today if I didn't close them. Sometimes you gotta just listen to your gut. Don't listen to what the charts say. Even if the charts say very, very overbought, man, sometimes you just gotta listen to your gut and say, screw the charts. Yeah, options is just basically, options in my opinion is basically leverage. It's just leverage for stocks, basically. Works a little differently. You're buying contracts. Each contract is worth it. It's almost like a promise. Each contract is a promise to either buy 100 shares or sell 100 shares, and that promise comes with a premium that you either pay or you receive, depending on if you're selling the contract or buying the contract. And it also depends on if you're betting if it's going to go up or down. It's a little complex, but I stay with the most basic. Call options, which is basically you're betting that the price is going to go up. And that's really what it is. It's based on a time. You have to select the time. And if it hits the price that before the expiration date, that time I mentioned, then it's worth a lot. And you could sell it or you could actually redeem the stock. Sin Michael says, I'm up 31% since you mentioned Hood. Yeah, and it's still going up. I mean, this is how I see it. Outside of charts, outside of momentum, this is how I see it, all right? Look at all the degens that are buying stocks and crypto, and where are they buying them on? What is the one platform that supports both? It's Robinhood. So regardless if you like them or not, or the shenanigans that they did before, who cares? You're in it to make money, right? You look at it, all the young people, where are they buying their stocks from? Or options from? Or crypto from? Crypto, you have Coinbase that competes, obviously, and some of the other exchanges. But when it comes to stocks, you really have one. The young people are not going on Charles Schwab to trade. They're going on Robinhood to trade. So that's how I look at it. They're really a hard platform to overthrow because they're in both and they have the numbers. And I think they're going to get included in the S&P 500 soon. So that's why I'm so bullish on them. All right, guys. I'll let you guys go. I'm expecting some company soon. So, all right. Today is shaping to be a pretty good day. 108, maybe heading higher. 109, 110. We're nearing that breakout zone. So stay strong, my friends. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. Have a good one. Take care.